see the next concept, that is complementary ratios. Okay, so now what is meant by complementary ratios? So if you look at the table, yes, whatever is the value of 30 degree, that is sine 30, same is the value for cos 60. Whatever is the value for sine 60, same is the value for cos 30. And sine 45 and sine 45 is same. So what is the relation between 30, 60? Yes, if I try to see, isn't the addition of 30 plus 60 giving me 90? Also, the addition of 45 and 45 is giving me 90. Yes, so sine 30 value is nothing but cos 60 value. Similarly, sine 60 value is nothing but cos 30 value. And what are these angles? These two angles are complementary angles because their sum is 90, isn't it? So what we can infer from this? We can say that sine and cos are complementary of each other. As I had written it as short form, what is the full form of it? It is sine and cosine. Now here cosine means complementary of sine. Okay, so it is nothing but complementary of sine, and hence it is called as cosine. So sine and cosine are complementary of each other. Similarly, tan and cot are complementary of each other. As you can see, tan 30 value is equal to cot 60 value, and tan 60 value is equal to cot 30. Whereas sec and cosec are complementary of each other. Inverse, sine is inverse of cosec, but cosec is complementary of sec, isn't it? Yes. So how can we write it? Let us come back to our same triangle in which we had considered the angle, reference angle, to be theta, isn't it? So this is my triangle. This angle I have taken as theta. Okay, so this was my opposite side, this was my adjacent side, and this was my hypotenuse, isn't it? Yes, so with respect to theta, opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse, let us consider this angle to be alpha. Now, with respect to alpha, which is the opposite side? This is the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side, isn't it? And the hypotenuse will remain same. So if I take the hypotenuse value to be 1, as we have seen, it will be opposite upon hypotenuse. Therefore, hypotenuse is 1, so it will be just opposite, which is the value of sine alpha. Whereas adjacent upon hypotenuse, hypotenuse is 1, so this will be cos alpha. Similarly here, this will be cos theta, and this will be sine theta. So with respect to angles, actually we have find. Now sine alpha and cos theta are the length of the same side, isn't it? If this angle is 90 degree, what is the relation between theta and alpha? Theta and alpha is equal to 90 degree. So can I write alpha is equal to 90 minus theta, or theta is equal to 90 minus alpha? Yes, so replace. So now here, instead of alpha, I will be writing it as 90 minus theta. So sine of 90 minus theta is nothing but cos theta, isn't it? Yes, so that's what I had said previously, that sine and cosine are complementary of each other. So if you are finding theta, cos theta value, sine will be 90 minus the theta value of the angle. Okay, so whatever is the value, so you will be getting the value for the sine. Similarly, what is the relation between tan and cot? So tan theta will be equal to cot of 90 minus theta. Similarly, sec theta will be cosec of 90 minus theta. Now, whenever you are solving the questions, in the question, if you have this value, you can find the value of tan theta also, isn't it? Yes. Similarly, if you know the value of cos theta, still you can find the value of sine 90 minus theta. Yes. So hence these are all called the complementary ratios. Why? Because these are complements of one another, or the sum of the angles is equal to 90 degree, and hence they are called as complementary ratios. So as I have shown in the figure also, With respect to theta, this is sine and cos, and with respect to alpha, this is sine alpha and cos alpha. These two are the length of the same side, hence they will be equal. And since alpha and theta is equal to 90 degree, replacing alpha, it will be 90 minus theta, and which will give me the ratios between sine cos, tan cot, and sec cosec. Okay, so now the last concept of the topic is trigonometric identities. Now, as you know, the algebraic identities, same is the rule with trigonometric identities. Now, similarly, as like algebraic, why it is called identity? Because it will be true for all the values of theta, isn't it? For identities, it is true for all values of the variables, that is x and y. Similarly, for in case of trigonometries, it will be equal or it will be applicable for all values of theta. So the first trigonometric identity is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So how can we prove that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1? Yes, let us take our same right angle triangle in which the length of the hypotenuse I had taken it as 1, isn't it? So this is your 90 degree. So if with respect to theta, this will be my cos theta and this will be my sine theta. Very easy. That is a right angle triangle. So according to Pythagoras theorem, square of base and height, addition of square of base plus height will give me the square of hypotenuse. So what is the base or what is the height? It is sine square theta. What is the base? It is cos square theta. And what is the hypotenuse? 1, which is nothing but square of 1, that is 1. Okay, so it is applicable when we are taking the right angle triangle with hypotenuse equal to 1 unit. What if the hypotenuse I am not taking it as 1? Will it still be applicable? Let us see. Let us take the right angle triangle in which the sides are A, B and C. The first triangle which we have seen for deriving the ratios, isn't it? Yes. So now, if this is my theta, so I have to show that LHS is equal to RHS, isn't it? So let us take the LHS first, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta. Now with respect to theta, what is sine theta? It will be opposite upon hypotenuse, that is A by C. So A by C bracket square. Similarly, cos square theta adjacent upon hypotenuse, so B by C square. So which will give me A square plus B square by C square, isn't it? But since the triangle is a right angle triangle, according to Pythagoras, C square is equal to A square plus B square. So can I replace this A square plus B square with C square? Yes. And which will give me 1, and which is nothing but your RHS. Okay, so that is the first identity which says sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Let us see the next identity, which is 1 plus tan square theta, which will give me sec square theta. Okay, so the second identity is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Right? Now, how are we going to prove it? Let us take the first identity which we have proved and let us see if we could make any changes in it. So since we have proved, so I don't have to prove it again. So sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Fair enough. I want 1 tan square theta plus sec square theta. Now how do I get tan square theta? If I divide this sine square theta by cos square theta, will I get tan square theta? Yes. But can I divide just sine square theta with cos? No, I have to divide the whole equation. So let us divide the whole equation by cos square theta. Yes, and let us see what changes you can get in the ratios. What is sine square theta plus cos square theta? It is tan square theta. Whereas cos square will get cancelled, so the value is 1. And what is 1 by cos square theta? As I have told you, cos and sec are inverse of one another. So 1 by cos square theta is nothing but sec square theta. So as you can see, we have obtained the identity which we wanted. So 1 plus tan square theta or tan square theta plus 1 is one and the same thing. So as you can see, tan square theta plus 1 gives me sec square theta. And the last identity is 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Now again, coming back to the same identity, the first identity which we have proved, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta is nothing but equal to 1. Yes. So for getting tan square theta, I had divided this whole equation by cos square theta. Now I want cot square theta. What if I divide the same with, instead of cos square, let us divide it by sine square, so that here cos by sine I will get cot. Yes. So taking the same identity, the first one, sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Divide the equation by sine square theta. Let us see what do we get. So as you can see, sine square will give me 1 plus cos by sine will give me cot, and 1 by sine, which is nothing but inverse of cosec. So I can replace that with cosec square. So this is 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. So these are the three identities which are true, or where the LHS is equal to RHS for all values of theta. Okay, so what we have learned in this trigonometry topic, first of all, we have seen why we are going to find the ratios only with respect to triangle, because triangle has a property in which if the angles are equal, you will be getting a same triangle irrespective of the length of the sides. Further, we had find the 6 ratios sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec with respect to a triangle which we are considering as a right angle triangle. Why? Because any triangle could be divided into two right angle triangles. Yes, so once you find the value for the right angle triangle, you can apply it for any type of triangle. Further, we have derived the values with respect to 0 degree, 30, 45, 60 and 90. We have derived the values only for sine and cos by the figure where we have drawn a circle of unit radius, and then we have derived the values for tan, cot, sec, cosec. Yes, so cot is inverse of tan, sec is inverse of cos, and cosec is inverse of sine. Fair enough. Further, we had seen the complementary ratios. Now what is a complement? When the sum of two angles is equal to 90, we say it as a complement. So sine and cos are complement of each other. Why? Because sine 30 and cos 60 values are same, and 60 plus 30 add up to 90. Similarly, tan and cot are complement. So tan 30, cot 60, and sec and cosec are complements of each other. Further, we have seen the algebraic identities. Yes. So the application of trigonometry is whenever you are having to find the length of the or height of the tower, or you have to find the how far the length is, how far the building or an object is. So that in that case we will be using this trigonometric values. Yes, so in your next topic, applications of trigonometry, you will be looking like how exactly the trigonometric values can be used.